First of all, welcome all. I'd like to welcome all of you here to Branford. It's a beautiful day, and as the commissioner says, the last time we were here, they had big machines working out in the back, and it was cold, the wind, and it looked like it was going to rain or snow. But anyway, we got through that all right, and ended up with a very beautiful, if I believe, a very beautiful project completed. If you can make a parking lot look beautiful, I'd say that this parking lot is beautiful. I mean, they did some nice work, and whoever the contractors were out there, I'd like to extend a well done to them, particularly to the men that are actually out there working, as well as the designers and the engineers that did this. This was a big project in the sense that it had a lot of people were involved to get it, just to get it off dead center, to make it happen. And I want to thank our federal and state delegations out there for the work that they did. And I also want to thank the state of Connecticut and the federal government for their interest in actually investing here in Branford. You know, when the last time I was in office, there was a debate whether they were going to eliminate Shoreline East or not. There was actually talk of disbanding it. Well, it ended up that it's probably one of the most successful things, I believe, that the state has done in its transportation endeavors. And this particular, and we also have a train going by, the tracks still work. But anyway, when this parking lot was open, it was to capacity on the very first day. So that shows you that people are, if you give them the choices to use mass transit, they'll use it. And I think it's a wonderful thing, and I certainly want to thank everyone involved that was in this. Thank you very much.
God, isn't this beautiful here? What a setting, a beautiful setting for a train station, and you're right, for a parking lot as well. And the train right on cue, and that's the Acela. I take the Acela a lot, back and forth to Washington. Commissioner, it's great to see you. I like to keep meeting like this every week, where we have a new project. So, and to you, congratulations, and for all your efforts, and for really for the spearheading these opportunities, so that we can see a very strong economic growth in our community here in Branford. To my colleagues in the State House, to Ed and to Pat and Lonnie, you know, the collaboration. There has been collaboration with Guerrera and Amtrak, but this is where the public-private partnership really comes into play, and I'm so pleased to be able to work with my colleagues both locally and at the state level. What an expanded parking lot, and wonderful to have all of everyone here today. But we're going to be just, I think, one short of 500 slots here, right? It's we had 199, now it's 300. I think it's one slot less than 500. So more people to ride the Shoreline East. And, you know, people want to do it. This is a very, very popular rail line. A recent survey, Connecticut Department of Transportation found that 84% of riders are satisfied with the Shoreline East service. 98% would recommend the Shoreline East travel to family and friends. And now people have a place to park when they come to ride the train. Something's been desperately needed here, and that's what we're about today. Since 1990, traffic in New England has increased 2 to 3 times faster than our population. And in fact, this is the most, as the commissioner pointed out, the most heavily trafficked commuter region in the country. When 80% of Connecticut commuters drive to work by themselves, we need to provide the alternatives that people need so that they can look at other means of travel. I was proud, people fault the economic recovery, the stimulus bill. I was proud to cast my vote for that bill. I think it has created jobs, it saved jobs, it created jobs, it provided tax relief to people individually and to businesses in our state and all over the country. We see the results of that investment, because when the economic stimulus program came along, Branford was ready to take advantage of it. We put people to work, and now we have a parking lot here today. This is a safe way to travel. Commuters like it. It's an efficient way to go back and forth to work, and it's good for the environment. less use in terms of fossil fuels and the carbon emissions. And I've really been excited, and I made a joke earlier of meeting, we have to continue to meet like this, etc. But we are doing such wonderful things in the transportation area in Connecticut and within our community. The Amtrak Route 1 bridge here in Branford, Route 34 downtown crossing, that project in New Haven, Hartford, Springfield, high-speed rail line, and to the $2 billion I-95 corridor improvement project. All of these things are occurring in our community, and it's because what we need to do in order to create economic growth, in order to be able to rebuild America and our infrastructure writ large, whether it's rail, whether it's the environment, whether it's energy, whether it's telecommunications, these are the kinds of efforts that provide good jobs. It creates economic growth, and it is a foundation for our future prosperity. So I'm delighted to be here today. Glad to be invited to participate with all of you in this ribbon cutting for this great parking lot. Thank you.